What's good with it? So today I will be reacting to the Ja Morant trade is very suspicious. So apparently Ja Morant was traded last night or sometime yesterday, and I had no idea until now. But just knowing that Ja was traded from the Grizzlies is really just kind of like crazy to me because I just expected him to be like, a Grizzly for a long time, probably not life, but for a longer period of time than what he was. But it's off the court antics and just the dumb stuff. Really just gotta ruined it.
Something
Man.
is way off with this Ja Morant trade to Portland. All you have to do is look at the deal. So the Blazers get Ja Morant for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. That's it.
So Portland still has Damon, right?
So the number 2 pick in the 2019 draft, Rookie of the Year future face of the league dealt for nothing? That's not even the problem. It's the current Blazers roster. Portland point guards include Damian Lillard, Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, Shaden Sharp plays point a bit, Denny Avdia, now Ja Morant.
Somebody going. You know what I'm saying? Hey, somebody leaving. But Ja Morant and Damian Lillard. This is odd.
And Denny
team.
plays point guard, at least by the numbers. Guys with the most touches in the West, Denny third behind Luka Doncic. You're going to take the ball out of an all-star Denny's hands for Ja? Why would they do this even for cheap? Because another move must be coming.
Yeah,
either the Blazers plan on ship it out.
Bro, you have to be trying to like trade somebody else. But also, I did hear that Ja, a lot of teams passed on him because of his off the court antics. Him doing all that dumb shit. So, so I doubt Portland is going to try and trade Ja. Maybe they're going to try and trade. Maybe I don't want to say Damien, but probably somebody else. I don't know, man.
Another move must be coming. Either the Blazers plan on shipping out some point guards or Ja will be moved in a bigger deal later on. For example, the Blazers get Jaylen Brown for Donovan Clingan, Scoot Henderson, Drew Holiday, and control of 2 first-round picks. Right now, the Blazers say Clingan is off limits, but Boston should demand him for JB. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is this not a potential steal for the Blazers? Ja is the 2022 most improved player because his scoring jumped from 19 to 27 points per game. Before we knew it, Ja an every-year All-Star and leading Memphis to back-to-back 2 seeds. So we waved a couple of guns around. Who hasn't? Well, it's a lot more than that. But let's recap the gun stuff real quick. Ja Morant waved a gun on an drive in a strip club. Then while the NBA was investigating, he did it again on a live stream with his friends. What? That is an unheard of level of immaturity that teams don't want to touch with a 10-foot ball. But okay, let's throw that out, I guess. There are some other huge flaws. First of all, he can't shoot. Kind of a problem in 2026 basketball. Last 4 years hit around 30-ish% on average volume.
I ain't know his shit was this low. God damn. 24%. Man. Like, Ja, are you looking at the goal? Like, are you looking at the goal, my boy? 24%, insane.
Teams don't have to guard him behind the line to load up on his teammates defensively, which sucks. Second of all, he can't defend. At 6'2" and expending most of his energy on offense, Ja consistently ranks down with guys like Trae Young in terms of D. He also doesn't move well off the ball. What does he do? Ja loves to play explosive and dunk, but a few years ago, said he's done dunking, in part because the explosiveness leads to crippling injury. Never played more than 61 games since becoming an All-Star, missing huge chunks with suspension and injury. So if he can't shoot and defend, game based on explosiveness, which injures him, what does he do? Especially because he's on a max contract. Ja makes about the same as guys like Scotty Barnes, SJ, and Tyrese Maxey, who had a fraction of the production. And on top of all of that, the immaturity extends beyond firearms. Just last year, Ja was upset about the offense, so he visibly quit on his own team against the Lakers. Then, when he was confronted about this, threw his coach under the bus to the media. Basically said, you should go ask the coach, like he's the problem. This resulted in the Grizz suspending Ja for conduct detrimental to the team. Like a guy who was supposed to be the face of the league. No,
Bro was bold. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, just a little dumb stuff.
For conduct detrimental to the team. Like a guy who was supposed to be the face of the league, knocked all the way off that pedestal, no longer on a competitive team. His entire basketball life basically ruined. That guy should have a huge amount of humility, become coachable, but it's the opposite. He is full of pride and I'm the victim. So if that experience didn't change his attitude, nothing will. Teams are afraid to get this guy on their squad and in their locker room. That's why reports said his market was next to nothing. Had to give him away basically for free. No joke. Most teams would take every Blazers point guard above Ja right now. I'm talking Dame, Scoot, Drew Holiday, all of them. But somehow, Chris Haynes reports after the trade, the Portland Trail Blazers envision a starting backcourt of Damian Lillard and Ja Morant alongside Denny Avdia on the wing. A very unconventional move that the franchise believes has upside. What upside? All those guys need the ball. The backcourt would be small and defend nobody. Ja's lack of shooting gets in the way of what Denny does best, which is drive the paint, and takes the ball out of his hands. We saw how many touches Denny got last year when he broke out and became a 25-year-old all-star. And by the way, Scoot finally broke out second half of last year. Oh, he and Drew Holiday gonna move back to the bench? No. This move, as currently constructed, would be a disaster. So either the Blazers front office is incredibly stupid or another trade is coming. So right now, Jalen...
Honestly, it has to be a second trade coming or something else. But since there's not much stock value in him, or teams don't see too much value in him, I doubt Ja is going to be moved. It might be somebody else. My guess is that the Blazers may try and like work with Ja to improve his off the court antics, and also just how he interacts with his teammates in the game, and just, him not being a fucking crybaby. And then just, saying fuck it and fuck the team mid-game. And then causing your team to lose said game because you were upset about something. So my guess is that the Blazers are maybe trying to like work with Ja or something, or maybe even try and like mold him into a better player and just trying to have him be their franchise player soon or something. I don't know. Like trading for him at this point just kind of seemed a little redundant. But look, let's see what's going on with him, man.
Incredibly stupid, or another trade is coming. So right now, Jaylen Brown feels like he's going to be dealt any day now. The Blazers and Clippers seem to be front runners. We already went over a potential trade package to get JB, but there's another issue. Why are the Celtics trying to trade Jaylen Brown this bad? Remember, Jaylen is a homegrown star, won Finals MVP, just led them to a 2 seed in a gap year. Well, all this started years ago with questions of if Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum could win a championship. They did it, but the questions didn't go away. The main reason is that Jaylen Brown wants his own team. He hinted at that after the season on a live stream. Said it was his favorite season and just so happened to be posting career highs. He loved it. So when Boston had a chance to trade for Giannis, they officially included Jaylen in a package that had never happened before. Despite all the drama and the questions, an official offer. You cannot come back from that. So now it's open season on a trade. The reason it failed is because Jaylen could never accept that people saw him as a number 2. It's what Pat Riley called the disease of me. This is from Pat's book called The Winner Within. He describes how ego destroys championship caliber teams every time. time. As soon as people start to get concerned with which one of us is getting the credit, the entire team is screwed. And I believe Jalen is a very smart guy, but I have never seen a better example of the disease of me. It's right out of the book. I don't know JB, but how else would you explain making all this noise on a team that's made 6 conference finals and won a championship? We are now concerned about who gets the credit. A perfect example about what Pat Riley used to talk about. Now, some people, though, take it way too far. Like Bobby Marks from ESPN went on a radio show and for some reason said, I had an analytics guy tell me we view Jaylen Brown as the 7th best player on a team, which is extremely dumb for a million different reasons. But Jalen responded. He said, nobody has won more combined regular season and playoff games since I entered the league 10 years ago. And analytics have and are ruining the game. We playing AI hoops, which is actually kind of funny for a guy whose entire team is analytics basketball more than anyone. But this is sad. He shouldn't have to respond to something so stupid. It should go without saying that he is miles above what some anonymous analytics guy said. Who cares what that guy said? But all this does is fuel Brown even more to prove the haters wrong. All I'm worried about is how that guy and Ja Morant are going to coexist in the same locker room, let alone the same court. It is going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, like too wild.
But there is no way this Ja Morant trade is the end of that story. But an even bigger trade could be going down at any moment. So the Warriors are making an all-out push to get Anthony Davis because he and LeBron James would come as a package deal. Or Rich Paul is just using Golden State as leverage to get new deals for all of his guys, including Draymond Green. We'll see, but I had a look.
This Ja Morant trade is really just kind of like mind-boggling because you got like 5 point guards already, bro. Like Blazers. you have about 5 point guards already, and then traded for Ja Morant, someone who has his problems. He's good, he's talented, but he has his problems, not only on the court, off the court, but also his health issues. I don't know. It's a little risky. Like I don't even want to say a little risky. It's too risky, man.